Mobile gaming has truly exploded across the globe. It's not just a small hobby anymore, it's a massive industry. Millions, no, billions of people play games on their phones every single day. Think about that. Your phone, the device you use to call your mom or scroll through social media, is also a powerful gaming console. It fits right in your pocket. This accessibility has changed everything. Games are no longer confined to expensive computers or dedicated gaming machines. Now, anyone with a smartphone can jump into incredible virtual worlds and compete with players from all corners of the earth, making new friends or friendly rivals. Among these games, one genre really stood out: the Battle Royale. The concept is simple, yet thrilling. 100 players drop onto an island, they scavenge for weapons and gear, then they fight until only one person or one team is left standing. It's like a digital Hunger Games, but usually with less political commentary and more cool outfits. This formula proved to be incredibly addictive. It offered endless replayability because every match was different. New strategies, new encounters, new heart-pounding moments. It was a recipe for success, and many games tried to capture this magic, creating a global gaming frenzy. Battlegrounds Mobile India, or BGMI as everyone calls it, is a shining example of this mobile gaming revolution. Especially in India, it's not just a game, it's a cultural touchstone for millions. When it launched, it was like a festival. People were so excited, it filled a void and brought back a beloved experience tailored specifically for the Indian audience. The game quickly climbed the charts, becoming a household name. Youngsters, college students, and even working professionals found themselves drawn into its immersive battlegrounds, strategizing with teammates and aiming for that coveted winner-winner chicken dinner. The impact of BGMI has been widespread, influencing social trends, content creation, and even competitive esports. It's fascinating to see how a mobile game can have such a profound effect. It connects people, creates communities, and provides a platform for skill and entertainment. The story of BGMI is about resilience, adaptation, and understanding a specific market. It's about how a game can be more than just code. It can be a part of people's daily lives and conversations. This game truly redefined what mobile gaming could be for an entire nation, and its journey is quite remarkable. The story of Battlegrounds Mobile India actually starts with another game. You might have heard of it, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, or PUBG. This game first appeared on computers. It was developed by PUBG Corporation, which is a part of a South Korean video game company called Krafton. The original creator, Brendan Green, also known as PlayerUnknown, was inspired by the Japanese movie Battle Royale. He wanted to create a game where many players fight to be the last one surviving. It was a hit on PC, a massive, massive hit. Everyone was playing it or watching someone else play it online. Seeing the huge success on computers, the developers decided to bring this experience to mobile phones. This was a smart move. More people have smartphones than high-end gaming PCs, especially in many parts of the world. So, Krafton teamed up with Tencent Games, a giant Chinese tech company, to develop and publish PUBG Mobile. This mobile version was launched globally in 2018. It was designed to work well on phones with touch controls and optimized graphics. The core gameplay, the thrill of the Battle Royale, was perfectly translated to the smaller screen, making it instantly accessible to a much wider audience. PUBG Mobile became an international sensation almost overnight. It wasn't just popular in one or two countries, it was a global phenomenon. From Asia to Europe to the Americas, players were parachuting onto Erangel and Miramar. The game was praised for its graphics, its realistic gameplay, and the sheer excitement it offered. It also introduced many people to online multiplayer gaming for the first time. You could team up with friends, talk to them using in-game voice chat, and strategize together. This social aspect was a huge part of its appeal, fostering friendships and rivalries across borders. The game's country of origin is a bit of a mix. The original concept and PC game came from South Korea, Krafton. The mobile version was co-developed and published with a Chinese company, Tencent. This international collaboration brought the game to millions. Did you know that the famous winner-winner chicken dinner phrase actually comes from Las Vegas casinos? Gamblers who won enough for a chicken dinner would exclaim it. Now, it's a victory cry for gamers worldwide, thanks to PUBG and subsequently BGMI. This shows how culture can travel through games. PUBG Mobile was incredibly popular in India. It was more than just a game, it was a craze. You would see people playing it everywhere, in cafes, on trains, during lunch breaks. It created a huge community of players and streamers. Indian gamers were really good at it too, with professional teams emerging and competing in global tournaments. The game dominated the mobile gaming scene in the country for a couple of years. It was the undisputed king, downloaded millions upon millions of times, generating significant revenue and engagement. It was a cultural force influencing youth trends and online content. However, in September 2020, things took a sharp turn. The Indian government decided to ban PUBG Mobile, along with many other Chinese apps. This was a big shock to the gaming community. The reasons cited for the ban were related to data privacy and national security concerns. The government stated that these apps were engaging in activities prejudicial to the sovereignty and integrity of India, defense of India, security of state and public order. This decision was part of a larger geopolitical situation, and it left millions of Indian PUBG mobile players feeling disappointed and looking for alternatives. The ban created a huge vacuum in the Indian mobile gaming market. Players missed their favorite game, the thrill of the battle and the camaraderie with their squads. Many tried other battle royale games, but none quite captured the same magic or had the same massive player base as PUBG Mobile. The esports scene, which was growing rapidly around PUBG Mobile in India, also faced a major setback. Professional players and organizations were left uncertain about their future. It was a tough time for the Indian gaming community, a period filled with anticipation and hope for a resolution. The absence of PUBG Mobile was strongly felt. It wasn't just about losing a game, it was about losing a social hub, a competitive outlet, and a source of entertainment for so many. Content creators who had built their careers around streaming PUBG Mobile had to quickly adapt or find new games to play. The ban highlighted how dependent the Indian gaming scene had become on this single title. It also sparked discussions about data security and the digital landscape in India. Everyone was waiting, wondering if their beloved game would ever make a comeback in some form or another. After the ban, Krafton, the South Korean company behind the original PUBG, didn't just give up on India. They understood how massive the Indian market was and how much players loved their game. So they started working on a solution. They wanted to bring the game back, but this time it had to be fully compliant with Indian laws and regulations. This meant making some significant changes. Krafton announced that they were developing a new game, especially for India. This news created a huge buzz and a lot of excitement among the eagerly waiting gaming community. This new game was named Battlegrounds Mobile India, or BGMI. Krafton made it clear that BGMI was a special Indian version. They took steps to address the concerns that led to the earlier ban. One of the biggest changes was data localization. Krafton promised that Indian players' data would be stored on servers located within India. They also partnered with Microsoft Azure to host the game's data, ensuring data security and privacy. This was a crucial step in gaining the trust of both the users and the Indian authorities, paving the way for a smooth re-entry. Besides data security, BGMI also introduced some in-game changes to promote responsible gaming and cater to local sensibilities. For example, the blood effects were changed from red to green by default. There were also more frequent in-game warnings about game addiction, reminders to take breaks, and parental controls. The game even started with a voice-over telling players that it's a simulation set in a virtual world, not real life. These modifications were designed to create a healthier gaming environment and show commitment to Indian guidelines, which was very important for its acceptance. The announcement and subsequent pre-registrations for BGMI saw an overwhelming response. Millions of players signed up, showing just how eager they were for the game's return. Krafton invested significantly in India, setting up a local office and hiring Indian staff. They also pledged to invest in the local esports ecosystem. The launch of BGMI in July 2021 was a carefully orchestrated event, marking a new chapter for Battle Royale gaming in India. It was a comeback story, demonstrating a company's dedication to its players and a willingness to adapt to local requirements. EO Section 5, an Indian sensation, BGMI, captures hearts and thumbs. When Battlegrounds Mobile India finally launched in July 2021, it was like a digital festival. The anticipation had been building for months, ever since Krafton announced its plans for an India-specific game. The moment it became available on app stores, download numbers went through the roof. It felt like almost everyone who had previously played PUBG Mobile, and many new players too, rushed to install BGMI. Servers were packed, and social media feeds were flooded with screenshots of the winner-winner chicken dinner screen. The game didn't just return, it made a grand, thunderous entrance. The immediate popularity was astounding. Within the first week of its launch, BGMI reportedly crossed tens of millions of downloads. This rapid adoption showed how much Indian gamers had missed their favorite battle royale experience. The familiar maps like Erangel and Miramar were back, along with the gameplay mechanics that players loved. It felt like reuniting with an old friend, but this friend had come back with some positive changes. The transition was smooth for most players, as their skills and knowledge from the previous game were still relevant, allowing them to jump right back into the action. What made BGMI so special for Indian players was that it felt like game. Krafton made efforts to include India-specific content and events over time. There were collaborations with Indian celebrities and influencers. In-game events often celebrated Indian festivals, making the experience more relatable and culturally connected. This localization effort, combined with the game's inherent fun factor, helped solidify its place in the hearts of Indian gamers. It wasn't just a generic global game anymore, it was Battlegrounds, with a clear focus on its Indian audience and their preferences. The user base grew incredibly fast. From metropolitan cities to smaller towns, BGMI found players everywhere. Internet cafes, which had seen a decline, saw a resurgence as groups of friends gathered to play together. Mobile data consumption for gaming also saw a spike. The game became a common topic of conversation among youth. Squads were formed, strategies were discussed late into the night, and the quest for higher ranks and better skills became a passionate pursuit for many. BGMI wasn't just downloaded, it was actively played and deeply engaged with, day in and day out. Section 6, More Than a Game, BGMI's Cultural Footprint. Battlegrounds Mobile India quickly became more than just a way to pass the time. It wove itself into the fabric of popular culture in India, especially among the youth. You started hearing BGMI slang in everyday conversations. Phrases like "Revive Me," "Scope D," or "Zone AA Raha Hai" became common lingo for players, even when they weren't actively playing. This shared vocabulary created a sense of community and belonging among the players. It was like an exclusive club, but one with millions of members, all understanding these specific game-related terms. The game also fueled a massive content creation boom. Many talented gamers became popular streamers and YouTubers by broadcasting their BGMI gameplay. Personalities like Scout, Mortal, Jonathan, and Dynamo, who were already known, saw their popularity soar even higher with BGMI. They garnered millions of followers, and their live streams attracted huge viewerships. These creators didn't just play the game, they entertained, they taught strategies, and they built vibrant online communities around their channels. BGMI provided them a platform, and they in turn helped make the game even more popular and engaging for others. Furthermore, BGMI played a pivotal role in boosting the esports scene in India. Krafton invested heavily in organizing official tournaments with large prize pools. These tournaments attracted professional teams and aspiring players from all over the country. The viewership for these esports events was enormous, rivaling traditional sports for engagement among younger audiences. Seeing Indian players compete at such a high level and even win inspired many others to take gaming more seriously. It showed that gaming could be a viable career path, not just a hobby, fostering a new generation of competitive talent. The cultural impact extended to merchandise, music, and even fashion. BGMI-themed apparel and accessories became popular. Music videos inspired by the game or featuring its elements gained traction. The game's characters and imagery started appearing in various forms of fan art and digital content. It became a lifestyle for many. Friends bonded over late-night gaming sessions, discussing strategies and celebrating victories together. This social aspect, the ability to connect and play with friends, was a huge part of its enduring appeal and its deep cultural integration within India. Section 7, By the Numbers, gauging BGMI's immense popularity. The statistics surrounding Battlegrounds Mobile India speak volumes about its incredible success. While exact real-time numbers can be fluid, the reported figures since its launch have been consistently impressive. Within just its first month, BGMI had already surpassed 50 million downloads on the Google Play Store. This was a clear indication of the pent-up demand and the game's immediate appeal to the Indian mobile gaming audience. Such rapid user acquisition is a dream for any app developer, and BGMI achieved it with what seemed like effortless grace, though much hard work went into it. Player engagement is another key metric where BGMI has excelled. It's not just about downloads, it's about how many people are actively playing the game. Reports often highlighted millions of daily active users and even more monthly active users. These players were spending significant amounts of time in the game, participating in multiple matches, customizing their characters and engaging with in-game events. The average playtime per user was often cited as being quite high, showcasing the game's ability to retain its player base and keep them hooked with continuous action and updates. When it comes to revenue, BGMI also quickly became one of the top-grossing mobile games in India. Players spend money on in-game purchases like royal passes, character outfits, weapon skins, and other cosmetic items. These purchases, while optional, allow players to personalize their experience and stand out. The consistent revenue stream demonstrated the game's strong monetization strategy and the willingness of Indian players to spend on a game they love and are deeply invested in. This financial success also allows Krafton to continue investing in the game's development in the Indian esports ecosystem. Esports viewership numbers for BGMI tournaments have also been staggering. Major official tournaments often clocked millions of peak concurrent viewers, with total views running into the tens or even hundreds of millions across various platforms like YouTube and Loco. These figures often surpassed viewership for many traditional sporting events in the country, particularly among the younger demographic. This massive audience for competitive BGMI underscores its status as a premier esports title in India, creating stars out of the professional players and drawing significant sponsor interest, further fueling its growth. Section 8. Looking ahead. The evolving world of BGMI. The journey for Battlegrounds Mobile India is far from over. In fact, it feels like it's constantly evolving. Krafton has shown a strong commitment to keeping the game fresh and exciting for its massive player base. One of the primary ways they achieve this is through regular updates. These updates often bring new game modes, giving players different ways to experience the Battle Royale format or even try something completely different. Sometimes these are limited time modes for special events, and other times they are permanent additions that add more variety to the gameplay. New maps and significant changes to existing maps are also a big part of BGMI's future plans. A new map can completely reinvigorate the game, offering new strategic possibilities, different terrains to master, and fresh locations to explore. Even updates to beloved maps like Arangel or Miramar, with new buildings, features, or graphical enhancements, can make the familiar feel new again. Players always look forward to these map updates, as they challenge them to adapt their tactics and discover new favorite drop spots, keeping the core experience from becoming stale. Collaborations are another exciting aspect of BGMI's future. The game has already had some interesting partnerships, bringing exclusive content themed around popular movies, celebrities, or even other game franchises. These collaborations often result in unique in-game items, character outfits, and special events that attract a lot of attention. Fans can likely expect more such tie-ups, which help bridge the gap between the game and other aspects of popular culture, making BGMI even more mainstream and appealing to a broader audience beyond just hardcore gamers. Beyond new content, Krafton is also focused on improving the technical aspects of the game. This includes better anti-cheat measures to ensure fair play, server optimizations for smoother gameplay, and graphical enhancements to keep the game looking good on a wide range of devices. Addressing player feedback and fixing bugs are also ongoing priorities. The developers seem keen on listening to their community and continually refining the BGMI experience, ensuring its longevity and continued dominance in the Indian mobile gaming landscape for years to come. Section 9. The future is bright. What's next for BGMI players? So, what can Indian gamers expect next from Battlegrounds Mobile India? Well, if the past is any indication, the future looks incredibly exciting and action-packed. Krafton seems dedicated to making BGMI not just a game, but an ever-expanding universe of entertainment. Players can anticipate a steady stream of new content, ensuring that there's always something fresh to explore and master. This could mean more unique weapon skins, character outfits, and perhaps even new types of vehicles to traverse the diverse battlegrounds that the game offers. The esports scene for BGMI is also poised for further growth. With Krafton's continued investment and the passionate participation of players and teams, we can expect even bigger tournaments with larger prize pools. There might be more grassroots-level competitions, giving aspiring players more opportunities to showcase their skills and enter the professional circuit. The production quality of these events is likely to improve too, making them even more engaging for viewers. India could very well become an even bigger powerhouse in global mobile esports, with BGMI leading the charge. There's also potential for more innovative game modes and features. Perhaps we'll see deeper integration of story elements or more interactive social spaces within the game. The developers might explore new technologies to enhance the gameplay experience, like improved haptic feedback or augmented reality features, though that's more speculative. What is certain is that player feedback will continue to play a crucial role in shaping the game's development. The community's voice is powerful, and Krafton has shown a willingness to listen and adapt based on what the players want. Ultimately, BGMI fans can look forward to a game that continues to evolve, surprise and delight. The commitment to the Indian market is clear, and the developers are working hard to deliver a world-class gaming experience. Whether you're a casual player looking for some fun with friends or a hardcore competitor aiming for the top, BGMI promises to offer something for everyone. So, keep your phones charged, your squads ready, and your eyes peeled for the next airdrop, because the battlegrounds are only going to get more thrilling. The winner, chicken dinner calls.